Welcome back to Petsacular, the channel where pet parents find honest takes on the stuff that really matters for their furry or feathery family members. Today, we're rolling out a product that's less about treats or toys and more about boundaries. The Tenax 2A140076 Pet Fence. It's a 5-foot-high, 330-foot-long roll of black polypropylene mesh fencing. No frills, no electronics, just a straightforward barrier meant to keep pets in and unwanted visitors out. So what exactly are we looking at? This fence is made from polypropylene, a lightweight plastic mesh that's UV stabilized to resist fading and breaking down in the sun. It's marketed as a temporary or semi-permanent fencing option for pet enclosures, gardens, or even small livestock containment. It's flexible, black in color, with a square mesh pattern that's firm enough to hold shape but soft enough not to injure an animal bumping into it. At 5 feet tall and 330 feet long, it offers a lot of coverage for a relatively light roll. Now, let's talk about what it's actually like to use. I unrolled the fencing to section off part of my backyard for my dog, a medium-sized lab mix with a curious nose and a passion for bolting. The setup wasn't difficult, but you'll need support posts, ties, or staples to secure it. It's not a standalone solution. You'll need some DIY energy to make this work. I tested it for a full weekend with a couple dogs and some backyard squirrels, trying their best to tempt fate. The fence held up well, no rips or tears, and it didn't sag much once I used enough anchor points. However, it's definitely not chew-proof. My neighbor's pup gave it a few nibbles and left behind some tooth marks. No full-on damage, but something to think about if you've got a determined chewer. Alright, quick pause. If this review is useful to you, go ahead and like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so other pet parents looking for practical fencing solutions can find this video too. It really helps the channel and the pack grow. Now for the pros. First up, it's super lightweight, so even a solo setup is doable. The length you get, 330 feet, is generous, especially for larger spaces or odd-shaped perimeters. It's also weather-resistant, which is crucial if you're planning on leaving it up long-term. Visually, it's discreet. The black mesh doesn't stick out in a backyard or garden setting. On the downside, it needs extra hardware, which isn't included. The flexibility of the mesh is great for safety, but it does mean it's not rigid. You'll need tension to keep it looking clean. And again, it's not chew-proof, so it may not work for heavy chewers or escape artists with jaws of steel. As for value, given the size and durability, I'd say it's decently priced, especially for someone trying to create a custom setup without going full permanent. But remember, you're buying a fencing material, not a full kit, so that low price tag? It's a base cost. You'll need to budget for posts, ties, and installation time. Compared to traditional welded wire fencing, the Tenax mesh is easier to work with and far lighter, but it trades off some of that rigidity and durability. If you're choosing between a metal fence and this one, it really comes down to permanence. Metal is stronger, but way harder to move or remove. Versus something like chicken wire, Tenax is safer for pets, less likely to cause cuts or scrapes. The material feels strong for what it is. Polypropylene isn't going to win any industrial strength awards, but it does what it's supposed to do here. The edges are clean, the roll is manageable, and there's enough structure to keep it from flopping over with every breeze. Long term, I can't speak for years of exposure, but after a week of sun, wind, and some dog-induced chaos, it's still holding steady. There haven't been any customer service interactions on my end, but Tenax as a brand has a solid reputation in garden and utility fencing. They're known for offering practical, no-nonsense solutions. That holds true here. This product doesn't promise anything flashy, but it delivers on its core function. If you're looking for something cheaper and even more temporary, plastic snow fencing or basic netting rolls could work. But they're flimsier, more prone to sagging, and often have sharp edges. So, while they might save a few bucks, they aren't as pet-friendly. So what's the final word? The Tenax 2A140076 Pet Fence is a solid choice for pet owners needing a flexible, semi-permanent barrier that's easy to transport and install. It's not indestructible, and it doesn't come with all the extras, but it offers a generous amount of fencing, decent durability, and a pet-safe design that's less of an eyesore than some wire options. Best suited for dogs who aren't natural escape artists and for owners willing to put in a little elbow grease. If that sounds like you, this fence could be exactly what you need to carve out a safe spot for your pet to roam. Thanks for watching this review on Petsacular. You'll find the link to grab this fence in the comments box below. Got questions about setup or want to share your own experience? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear how your pets are using their new space. Until next time, keep your pets safe, your fences sturdy, and remember, at Petsacular, we help you put the wow in bow wow.